So you're gonna start standing long ways on your mat, totally outside of the box, okay? But part of aligning with joy is getting outside of our comfort zone. And as we align with it, sorry there, we've been using my mat for different things, so it's in a different spot. So in that alignment, we can give concrete energy. Now this is gonna feel weird and odd to start in a wide-legged standing pose. Make sure your feet are turning in. And once you find yourself there, you're gonna turn your feet in, lengthen the spine. So fire season is about this energy of our heart, especially the lower half of our heart and our solar plexus. And getting into this, fire season is all about the faith we hold and our ability to celebrate this opportunity to live and be alive. The moon happens to be in an earth sign, so it's about giving structure to that. So feet wide, bring your hands to either Anjali Mudra or to your heart center. You're gonna let your eyes close. Just be aware that we're standing like a triangle, okay? And in that kind of peak point is at the heart center and radiating outward. Connect to your breath. Connect to that energy that's coming through to you. Connect to the oddness of starting with your feet wide and just smile with it. Be open to receiving. And then just receive 3 things that make you smile. Yoga, good music, people you love, whatever it is, chocolate, wine, whatever it may be. And as you connect to those 3 simple things, right, feel the oddness below, like still be impulse and connection to that oddness of your feet wide. But notice if you can breathe a little deeper. That in this moment of discomfort in the lower half, by kind of stepping into the energy of joy and breathing with it, that you can feel it. You can feel it in your body. And I want you just to take that feeling of connection and envision it moving from your heart all the way down, anchoring into your feet and down into the earth. Like there's just this energetic anchor of joy grounding you more fully. And then receive the nourishment from the earth back up. The fact that we get to be on this planet that has water, that offers abundance, that can give us this crazy experience of living with billions of people on a rock. Let all that energy that sustains you rise back up. And then once you hit your heart, stretch your arms wide. Draw the shoulders into the back. Feel a lift in the chest. And then you're going to bend your knees. If you can, eyes are so close. You're going to bend your knees and slowly heel toe the feet back in. So now your feet are underneath, but your arms are wide. Big, full breath in. Receiving fully all that's sustaining you and opening up to that potential. Fire season, all that Leo energy, that lioness, that courageous is about the invitation to be exactly who we are, or even really waking up and courageously stepping into that version of ourselves that we've always wanted to be. Inhale your arms up overhead. Bring the hands together, lengthen through the spine. And then as you exhale, you're just gonna fold all the way forward. As always, we call on the highest energy. And as always, you hold authority over you. So as you're folded forward, bend your knees, relax the neck and jaw. And just feel what you feel. Like we've started oriented a little differently on the mat. Inhale, lengthen the spine. You're going to bend the knees and heel toe the feet wide again. And as the feet are wide, get heavy to the ground. Bend both knees so you can feel the calves waking up. Get the quads to wake up. Inner thighs wake up. Draw the core in. And you're going to anchor your hands to the earth and soften the heart. Right? Really pull the rib cage up and in. So you're gonna get a little bit of a cat stretch. And as you pull up and in, get that cat stretch, now get that fire charged up in the core and radiate it forward, and then just melt with it. Soften into it. Big deep breath in. and a big deep breath out. Nothing too fancy. Now, I think I'm going to walk off camera, so realize that, but you're going to move into a downward dog. So my floors are slippery. I'm taking that into awareness. Your hands are going to walk forward. Your hips are going to stretch back. Okay, so it's just a wide leg downward dog. Pull into the belly. Get really strong in your arms. Soften the heart. 3 breaths here. And let that light of your heart, that joy of your heart, infuse your mind. And as it infuses the mental energy of you, that it can help ground any energy that might feel scattered. And then you're going to inhale and lengthen the spine. Walk your hands back in. Turn your right foot out. Bring your right elbow to your right thigh. Left arm by your ear. Big full breath in and a big full breath out. And then exhale the hand down. Feet are going to turn in. Left foot turns out. Bend the left knee. Left elbow to your thigh, right arm by your ear, big deep breath in, and a big deep breath out. And then exhale, hand comes down, both feet turn in, and exhale, fold over. Wide-legged forward bend. Now we're in a deep forward bend. Bend the knees, pull into the core, soften the heart. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Right hand's going to come out in front of you, twist to the left. Right? Watch the right hip dipping down. Keep the right side of the belly lifted. Left arm lifts. Exhale the hand down. Left hand comes where the right one was. Twist to the right. Opening up, opening the heart up. And then exhaling, bowing, folding all the way forward. Bend the knees. Turn the feet out. Knees are wide. Hips are settled. Draw into the belly. Left elbow under the right. Come up into that goddess squat, that Durga pose that you can really feel. Durga rides a tiger, right? So you can feel that ability, that lioness energy to drop into, to be strong and steady. And then you're going to spin the heel, left heel out and stretch the arms wide, Virabhadrasana 2. Big full breath in and a full breath out. Now you're going to inhale, come through the center. Both feet turn out, right elbow comes under. Pull into that core, lift the heart, bend the knees. Such a fun way to start, isn't it? Being playful, right heel spins out, left foot turns out, arms go wide. Warrior 2. Big deep breath in, deep breath out. Inhale, come back through, knees bend, elbows come together, hands come together. 5 breaths here. Sit deep, anchored. Draw into that physical embodiment of your own potential and align with that joy again, even in the challenging moment. Come back to your own intention. When you come back to that intention, whether or not it is joy-filled, it will guide you. It gives you a point of focus. And then exhale, fold over, hands touch the earth. Heels turn out, exhale. Bow down. Fun times, right? Inhale, lengthen the spine, bend the knees. We're going to pivot around to the front. Left knee comes to the ground, okay? Tuck the toes, twist to the right. Right arm rises up high, pull into the core, open the chest, open the heart. Deep inhale in, deep exhale out. Then pull the hips back. Both hands come to the ground. Flex your right foot. Pull into that core again. Really wake it up. Soften the heart. Bow. Anchor your outer right hip down. Deep inhale in. Deep exhale out. Then lunge forward. Back knee's going to lift. Shorten your stance. Pyramid pose. So this one's going to be a little more intense because it is an intense leg stretch. So feet are grounded. Lift into the belly. Soften the heart. Big inhale in. Big exhale out. The knees bend. You're going to quarter turn. Heel toe the feet wide. And exhale, fold over. Let that joy of your heart pour forward and pour into that soil of what are you grounding into? What's your awareness grounding into? Your heart, your life. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Pivot around to the back, right? To the left foot. Knee comes to the earth. Twist to the left. Pull into the belly, open the heart, deep inhale in, deep exhale out. Hand comes to the earth, hips draw back, flex your foot, even out the pelvis, re-tap into your core, soften the heart. Feeling the power of your breath. Present with what sustains you. And then exhale, lunge forward, inhale the back knee up, root your right heel to the floor. Okay, so just an intense leg stretch. Even out the pelvis again, connect to your legs, draw into the core and bow. We've done all this for our legs, all of this to ground the energy of our lower half before we've even done a more formal expression of yoga. And then exhale, you're going to bend your knees, pivot. Turn the feet in and bow. Fold forward. Deep breath in and a deep breath out. Now we're going to have a little fun. You're going to inhale, lengthen the spine. Left hand's going to come to the ground. You're going to shift the weight to the right foot and just pull the left knee up and into the chest. Really lift into the core. So you're kind of in this like little break dance moment. Left hand's on the ground, right foot's on the ground, right hand's in the sky, left foot's in the sky. 2 more breaths, pull into the core, and then exhale your left foot down, bring both hands down, fold. You're gonna bring your right hand to the middle, you're gonna lean forward into it, plug into it. Stand into the opposite foot, left hand's free, right foot lifts. Breathe here, pull all the way up into the belly. Lulu loves to chew on yoga mats. She is our playful energy that chews everything up. Pull into the belly, foot comes back, exhale, fold. Left hand comes down again, so you want to feel grounded here. Pulling up into the belly, soften the heart, shift the weight to the right, left foot lifts up. Here's where we're going to play. You're going to spin around. Hey, little diva moment, okay? You've spun around, hips are on the ground. Bring your hands to your knees, lift the heart, lift the chest. Big deep breath in and a deep breath out. Here's where I'm going to trick you, okay? Left foot comes to the ground. Now let's do this. Right foot comes to the ground, left hand comes to the ground. Come back to that, just make it all about you for a moment. Stand into the earth. Step it all the way back. Exhale, fold over. Cool, right? Inhale, lengthen the spine. Right hand pushes into the ground, pull into the core. Right knee pulls up into the chest. So you've supported yourself. You're taking a leap. Spin around. Hey, hey. Have a little fun. Invite the puppy friends. Puppy love is good love. Lift through your chest. Lift through your heart. All right, so we're just here. We're just setting up a pattern. Big inhale in, left foot's down, right hand comes down, find that diva bold movement, step it all the way back, and fold. Inhale, lengthen the spine. So this is where I'm going to trip you up. Left knee lifts, pivot around to the front, okay? Now, bend both knees. Bring your shins parallel, stretch both arms overhead. Obviously, if that's too much, hands come back behind your legs, lift the heart, lift the chest. This time, left foot comes down. Right hand goes down. You're going to turn away from me, the other direction. Exhale, fold over. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Right hand comes down. Pull into the belly. Right foot lifts. Spin around. Pull through your center. Both arms go up. Fun. Right foot down. Left hand down. See if you can laugh at yourself as you do this, okay? You are home. You are somewhere that you can be playful, knee pulls up. Be more kid-like in trying to do it. Both feet lift, both arms lift. Left foot comes down, right hand. See if you can be a little silly and smile as you go. Come back to your intention. Inhale, lengthen. Right hand comes down, pulling that right foot up. Both feet go up, both hands go up. Woohoo! Now out. You're gonna bring your knees into your chest and come all the way to the ground. Just come all the way down. Once you're on the ground, maybe you wonder how all that just happened. Right foot goes to the sky. Just flex and point. We started with our feet wide. We've just been pivoting on our feet a lot. So let them move out, okay? Just let it move out. And then bring your right ankle to your left thigh. Pick the left foot up. You have a choice here. You can stay here. You can bring your hands back behind your head and lift your chest up off the ground. Remember, fire season, we are getting into the solar plexus, okay? You can hold on to the foot and be more of a reclined pigeon. Personally for me, this is my preferred place. Be where you need to be. And then exhale your head down. Left foot's gonna come down, right leg moves across. You gotta move your hips to the right and roll your knees to the left. Twist, look to the right. 3 breaths here. Deep inhale in, deep exhale out. And then inhale, come back through the center. Have you ever tried doing yoga, getting kissed? If anybody has a dog, you know exactly. Even cats love to come hang around. Come back through the center, inhale the left leg up. You're gonna flex and point, just clear the foot out. Right, relax the jaw. And here we go. You're going to then bend your knee. Rest it on the thigh, pick the foot up. Once you pick up, lift up and in. Pull into that core, knees lifted, right? Maybe your head comes off the ground, maybe not. Use the hands for support. Go into that bigger expression. Some of you guys know a bigger one than this. Have fun, have fun. Don't get all serious on me. So this is a key thing, is when you're using your core, you have to be playful. And then exhale, head comes to the ground. Right foot comes to the ground. Cross it all the way over. Hips move over to the left. And knees go to the right. Gaze goes to the left. 3 breaths here. Right, we're getting into this mid spot of the back, clearing it out. What can happen is when we're in great transition, which everybody is experiencing right now, we can get pulled into the heaviness, and that heaviness blocks our ability to breathe. Exhale out, draw into your core. Inhale the knees to the center, hips come through the center, uncross your legs. Stretch your arms out back behind your head. So we have to have a playfulness. You're gonna bring your shins parallel to the ground, draw the ribs in. There's just the tiniest little arch in your back, right? I love how Pilates says, like imagine there's a blueberry under your lumbar spine and you don't wanna squish the blueberry, okay? Pull, at least that's where I learned that. Pull the ribs in, pull the belly in. Knees are over your hips, hands come to your thighs. Push your hands into your thighs, thighs back into your hand. Now, how is this fun? We are strengthening our core, our essential self, our ability to be more in tune. And when we can actually ground into this creative, energetic place, it can fuel love and help us see ways to enjoy our life. That might feel like a little bit of a stretch, but that's how I operate. So be with it, breathe with it. You should feel the low belly firing off, right? It's been a while since I've done this, but we're fire season. Welcome back. And then exhale, feet come to the ground. Stretch your arms back behind your head. Exhale the knees to the left, just clear it out. Inhale through the center and exhale over to the right. Inhale, come all the way back through the center. Ooh, yeah. You're going to draw your knees into your chest and rock up seated. From that seat, hands to your shins, lengthen the spine, lengthen the chest. You're going to push your hands to the ground. It may not be pretty, okay? I recommend taking your feet wide, lift your hips up, and then climb forward into a standing forward bend. Here we are, finally. We turned away from what we typically do, and now we're at the top edge of the mat. Bow down. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Reconnect to your intention. How is it guiding you right now? How is it keeping you focused? Exhale, fold. Knees bend, draw into the belly, roll the spine up just so we can make sure we're completely clear. Inhale the arms overhead, and then exhale, hands come to heart center. Close the eyes, and just feel how awake you are. We have not done anything to really enliven the upper body. So I want you to notice how connected you are from the heart down. Breathe into that. And then just let it nourish you so that you could expand more fully. Inhale the arms overhead. Hinge the hips, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Knees are gonna bend. And step back, downward dog. Lulu's keeping life interesting and making sure that I'm having fun too. As you're in downward dog, bend the knees, draw into the core, stretch through the spine. Just finally, right here is our downward facing dog. Use that core we just woke up, move your hips around, especially if you've been stuck sitting a lot. Move it around, free it up. It may look different than what I'm doing. Inhale, come forward into a plank pose. Exhale the knees to the ground. And then move all the way back, child's pose. You're going to inhale, lift the head. Rise up onto your hands and knees. And then come down to your forearms. Hands can be together or apart. Armpits are over your elbows. I want you to lift into the core. Let the area in the shoulders soften. So we got to initiate fire season a little bit on Tuesday. So if you want kind of like a more subtle wake up to the fire in you, check out Tuesday's class. But the class that was water and fire. So, but also we just want to feel this engaging. We want to feel this connection to the core. I can feel mine working already being here. So meet yourself where you need to be. Otherwise, tuck the toes and come into a forearm plank. Knees can bend, lift through those inner thighs, get the low back supported, and stay with your breath. And as you're breathing, just remember you're strengthening that ability to align to what's most valuable. And creating a new prosperous life, I would say, is pretty valuable, especially when you can be who you want to be. And hopefully who you want to be is exactly who you are. 3 more breaths here. Oh yeah. And then exhale, knees come down, hips come down. Sphinx pose. Walk your elbows forward as much as you need to. Soften the heart and just move the head around. The more we can move our head, the more we'll lighten up. And then exhale, melt all the way down. Hands are gonna reach back and clasp behind you, okay? See if you can take left finger on top first, the left index finger, and then interlace all the other ones. Adjust your thumbs, bend your elbows, shoulders draw into the back. And as the shoulders draw into the back, reignite that core. Feet are gonna stay on the ground. Inhale, Shalabhasana. Shoulders to your back, lift through the belly, stretch the heart forward, and then we'll have fun. Inhale, lift the legs up. Deep, full breath in. Deep, full breath out. Keep the legs lifted, heart lifted. Hands come under your shoulders. Tuck your toes. Draw the shoulders to the back. You might need to do this move. Knees down and push up chaturanga, or knees are lifted, pull into the core. Chaturanga, and then inhale, upward facing dog, and move it back. Downward dog. Feel your breath, connection to you, your intention. The intention as we're flowing is to align with joy, so we're invoking the spark of our heart. Inhale, right leg goes to the sky. Bend the knee, open the hip up because it feels good. And then you're going to inhale your right knee to your heart. Draw into the core. Pull up and in. Pivot your left heel to the ground.
and your right foot's gonna come up where your left hand was. Thighs move back, shoulders drawn to the back, and stretch through the side body. Big deep breath in, and then exhale. Hand comes down, pull the knee to the heart, pivot, lift it up, stretch it back. Right leg to the sky, and then exhale. Step your right foot through to a lunge. Shorten the stance, root the heel, hips stay square. Hands clasped behind you, left on top. Shoulders to back, draw into the core, bow forward, and then rise up. Opening that heart up. Be you in this moment. Just be intentional. Deep breath in, deep breath out. And then exhale, lean forward. Hands to the earth. Downward dog, over the dog. Breathe it all the way in. Breathe it all the way out. You guys, seriously, she has chewed up every mat. Inhale in and exhale out. Inhale, come forward into plank. Knees to the earth. Child's pose. Sweet girl. You make it interesting. And as you move into child's pose, just rest completely. What is your awareness dropping into? This is why we have intentions, and this is the time to be setting one. This point in our month, I know it's non-traditional, but the energy at large that's bigger than our humankind is asking us to lighten up. How do we lighten up? We evoke more joy. Sorry, guys. So, child's pose. Onto your forearms. Come to your elbows. Draw into the belly. And as you lift into the belly, soften the heart. We're going to walk either knee stay to the ground or walk into that forearm plank. Okay, draw into that center. Realign to what really is motivating you and inspiring you to smile as you fire up. And as we invoke this connection, fire sits in the energy of the heart. It's really powerful. It informs our faith. Come all the way down into Sphinx pose. Walk, shift as much as you need to shift. Lift through the belly, sweep through the heart, free the head. And then exhale, you're going to bow down all the way to the ground. Hands are going to clasp behind you. This time, right hand on top of the left. Okay, adjust as much as you need to adjust. Lengthen through the spine. Tap into that core. Shoulders drawn to the back. So feel the muscular engagement here. This is where earth energy supports us. And inhale, stretch the heart forward. Lift the chest. Maybe just planting seeds right now to say, hey, anytime I forget joy or somebody kills my joy, I can be the energy that re-invokes it. Lift the legs up off the ground, Shalabhasana. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Free your hands under your shoulders. Tuck your toes. If this is new for you, start with your knees on the ground. Pull into the core and then lift there. Then we'll move into upward dog. Feet point back. Lift the heart. Open the chest. And then exhale. Move it all the way back. Downward dog. With the dog. Sweet girl. And then inhale. Left leg lifts. Bend the knee. Open the hip because it feels good. But don't lose the connection to you, right? Don't lose your intention. And then inhale. Square it off. Knee comes to your heart, pull into that strength of you. And then left foot goes up where your right hand was. Pivot the heel to the ground. Stretch the arm by your ear. A totally accessible arm balance. And then exhale the hand to the ground. Spin it back. Pull the knee to the heart. Really feel that lift. Stretch the leg up. And then step it all the way through. Shorten your stance, warrior one. So your heel's grounded, your hips are square. Draw in to that core connection, hands clasped behind you, right hand's on top of the left, elbows bend, pull up through your center, lift the heart, lift the chest, Virabhadrasana 1. So during fire season earlier, when it was Aries, when we all shifted virtual,
we were taking radical responsibility for the light of our heart. So now we get to radically affirm who we are, just as we are. Exhale. Bow all the way down. Move it back. Downward dog. Inhale, plank. Full power, full strength. And then exhale, knees to the ground. Child's pose. Inhale, rise up onto your hands and knees and come standing on your knees. And as you're standing on your knees, lift up through that center. Toes can be tucked or untucked. What we want to do is keep that solidity, the steadfast connection to staying aligned in our quads. We want to feel the connection point into our core so that we can remain grounded as we expand our own potential. And through that expansion, clasp the hands behind you, bring the hands to the hips, or slide the hands back behind your head. Lift through the chest, lift through the heart. Think of this as a baby cobra. It's actually more of an intermediate, not cobra, an intermediate camel pose, because the beginning camel pose was to take your hands to your heels. This is more intermediate because you are cultivating a stronger connection to your center. You can't just drop and dump. I'm not saying you do, you just can't if your hands are up. Shoulders to your back, lift through your chest and just open. Lean the head back, relax the jaw. Stay with your breath, stay with that opening. Remind yourself of the light within you, the light that's around you, that love that ties us all together, and how does that allow you to have fun right here, right now. Lean into all those things that make you smile. Lean back a little bit more. Open the heart a little more. And then from the back of the heart, inhale, rise up. You're going to tuck your toes and your hips sit back. So ground that energy. That was a major heart opening. Ground the energy. Feel your breath. Why was it major? Is because we just allowed ourselves to open up, right? We held the strength, held the form to let the heart reveal itself. That's why it's powerful. Inhale, come up onto your hands and knees. Exhale it back, downward dog. Big full breath in. And a full breath out. You're going to lift your heels. Stretch your right leg to the sky. Draw the knee to the heart. Really pull into that core. Pivot your, actually let's do this. Draw into the belly. Bring your right knee, to your left wrist. Bring your right hip to your right hand. So the space between your knee and your hip is lined up with the short edge of your mat. Okay? Stretch the right leg out long. Bend the left knee. Okay, so the left knee is bent to free up the back. Draw into the belly. Lengthen into the spine. You gotta really pull up and in to that right side of your core. Come down to your forearms. Roll forward so your outer hip rolls down, and then stretch the left leg out. Some of us, this is really intense. For some of us, it's not so much. Be with that breath. And then as you exhale, you're gonna relax the back knee. Both hands come to the ground. Push them into the earth. Lift up. Pivot that left heel to the ground. Stretch the left arm by your ear. Big breath in. Big breath out. Exhale the hand to the ground. Pull into the belly. Stretch the right leg up. Bend the right knee. Pivot over. Wild thing. Stand into the foot. Stretch the arm by your ear. And then if you want to, some of
straight into wheel pose. I cannot, not with the shoulder. You can open up into a bigger expression. And then we'll exhale and flip it back. Give yourself a few breaths to be where you are in the journey. And if your journey just brought you back to downward dog, enjoy. And then inhale, left leg lifts. Bend the knees, wake up that core. Knee comes to your heart. Left knee moves across the midline. Right hip and heel are lined up. Bend the knee, extend the leg. All right, so you bend your back, you straighten your front. Lift up, so lean forward, draw the belly in, rotate the belly to the left. Bring your elbows to the earth, stretch the heart forward, soften. So in aligning with joy, we have to also embrace the areas that are not our favorite. Because otherwise you're just in that land of fast food joy, the quick fix, and not sustainable joy. And if we can really find a way to sustain the energy that allows us to create, then we can think outside of the box and bring our unique gifts more forward. Exhale all the way out. Inhale, lengthen the spine, draw into the belly. I never stretched my leg out. Hopefully you did. And if you didn't, I apologize. You're gonna come back in, hands come to the ground. You have to lift up, pull the knee to the heart. And as you pull the knee to the heart, pivot. The left heel, sorry, I messed the feet up last time. Right foot pivots, left foot stretches up, right arm stretches by your ear. Big full breath in. Here's the fun, here's the play. Lift the knee, right hand comes to the ground, flip it all the way over. Shoulders drawn to the back, open the heart up. Big breath in. If you can go all the way to wheel pose, go for it. Just find us back in downward dog. And then pull into the belly. You're gonna flip it all the way back over. Find your way back to your mat. All the many places you have traveled today, just in this tiny little 3 foot by 8 foot space. Walk your feet forward, coming into a standing forward bend. Exhale, fold over. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Bend the knees. Come all the way seated. Then make you do a squat. Just come seated. Once you come seated, soles of the feet come together. Hands to your ankle. Lengthen the spine. Just let that energy settle, right? Because we get elated, we get excited, we get big, which is great, but we also want to remain grounded. We don't want to feel a disconnection to what is true. And then bring your knees together. Come lie all the way down. It comes to the ground. And as your head comes to the ground, if you need a twist, have a twist. Okay, any twist you like. I do not, but for whatever reason, I feel like you guys might. Once you come to the ground, let the head get heavy, hips get heavy, relax your jaw. My heart is beating, but I've been narrating. If you're really working with that potency of fire, your heart should be beating as well. You're gonna let your hands rest right here, right in the energy. This is our solar plexus. This is the energy where we really feel motivated in our lives. This is the energy where we can laugh when your dog is chewing up your yoga mat that you've had since 2003. Oh my gosh, it's where you can find humor in your life, but it's also where we can take ourselves too seriously. It's where we can get a little full of ourselves, a little arrogant. It's where we can tend to be a spoiled brat. I'm sure you know some people like that. Okay, so they're operating from here. So what we want to do is let this This is like the deep, dark depths of us as well. So we want to breathe into it. Inhaling in, and actually what we want to do is we want to seal in that commitment. So hug the core in, draw into your center, really acknowledge your own potential. And then as you inhale, let your potential expand really for the greater good. And then as you exhale, hugging back in, you are sealing that energy in. While you're exhaling out, you're tending to yourself, and you're really knitting in this strength and this belief in your own capacity to be bold and brave and beautifully you. And then as you inhale, and you're receiving the breath that sustains you, let it also expand. Let your own energy be brought forward and expand out. Now, if you want to go further, you're going to exhale out for 5 counts. Pause at the bottom for 5 counts. And then inhale in for 5 counts. And pause at the top of the inhale for 5 counts. And then exhale out. Pause, connect in to that ability that allows you to celebrate your life. And then inhale. Feel the light of each other also expanding. Pause at the top. Holding that space for the collective. Exhaling all the way out. Pausing and knowing that you're part of the collective, so it matters that you're taking the time with yourself. Inhaling for those 5 counts, pausing at the top. And then exhaling. And this time, just let the breath be. Let it flow. I wish you guys could hear her chewing in my ear. It's really funny. And then as you let your breath flow, you're going to slowly walk your legs out long. You're going to let your arms be by your sides and just settle. Let your awareness move straight into your own heart center. Let just like a whole bunch of arrows point towards your heart, these neon signs, or take an elevator into your greatness. Into the depths of your heart where the courage to live with great joy lives. And just hang out here. Just as you are. Enjoy the breath in. Enjoy the breath out.
Just as you are, breathe into the vision of your heart. Just as you are. Allow the light and the joy and the love of your heart begin to light up your life as you inhale in and exhale out. Wiggle your toes and your fingers. Sway your head from side to side. Stretch your arms back behind you. Reach the fingers in one direction, the feet in the other. You're going to bend both knees. Find the feet on the ground. Stand in the light of you. Bring the knees into your chest. Give yourself a hug. Embrace that sweet grace that you are embodying each time you step into your practice. And then roll over to one side. And slowly come up into a comfortable seat. Find that seat that is yours. Let the hands come so your left hand rests on your heart, your right hand's on the earth. Smile inwardly at the delight of just being able to align more fully with all that lights you up. What is joy to you? I highly encourage spending some time reflecting on that. How does it show up in your life? And how do you bring it forward? Allow your right hand to rest on top of your left. And just say hello to this energy that's always been there, the light in you, and we'll say hello to that energy that surrounds us and guides us forward, and so that we can see the light in each other.